Hi, Tamil Selvi. How are you?
Hi, sir. I am good. Thank you for asking. So, hope you are good, doing good, sir.
Yes, I'm absolutely fine. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So can you tell us something about yourself? Like how many years of experience you have in manual and automation?
Yeah, sure, sir. So this is Tamil Selvi, basically from Chennai. So I have total 9 years of experience, but I started my career as a L1 support and then switched to L2 support. Then again, with the career like a domain change happened in 2017. So I started my testing in 2017.
Hmm.
So I have 2 years of experience in manual and 1.5 years in experience in the automation. So I can well versed in SDLC and STLCs. So the basics of Selenium WebDriver with Javas. So I am good exposure to TestNG, Cucumber. So I have some basic knowledge of automation also, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. So what is the difference between absolute XPath and relative XPath?
Sir, actually, absolute XPath, when we give it right, sir, if there is any code changes or if there is any break, right, it will not be very stable. So we will just basically move into the relative XPath where it is like very good when compared to the absolute XPath, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So most probably we will be using the relative XPath, sir.
Okay. And okay, so you mean to say relative XPath is more reliable?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you can also define these two things like absolute XPath is it uses complete path from the root element to the desired element, right? To the element we
Exactly.
want to capture or automate. While relative XPath is nothing but we can directly start by referencing the element you want and you can go from there.
Exactly, sir.
Right. So that is the basic difference between the two, relative XPath and
Sure, sir.
uh, absolute.
Absolute XPath. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now let's say if you want to get the color value of some particular cell, then which locator you will use?
Color,
Mhm.
color of the locator. So I never tested this scenario, sir, but
You can give a try.
I um, no, sir. I'm sorry for that.
No issues, no issues. This is a mock interview. See, even if you don't know the answers of the questions, that is absolutely fine. I'll tell you the answers on your behalf so that in if these questions are asked in a real-time interview, you can answer over there. Right.
Sure,
So
sir. Thank you so much, sir.
yeah. So over here, what you will do is you will use CSS as a locator because XPath does not has such kind of facility. In CSS, you can basically get the color value of the cell. Okay.
So, okay, sir.
Okay. Now, what is constructor?
Sir, actually, to my knowledge, I know about there is some default constructor and also like something which has parameterized constructor, right, sir?
Hmm.
So in the default constructor, we will just have the we will just what to say, like we will initialize the instant variables with default values, but in the parameterized constructor, we will use like given values or something protected values or something like that, sir. So
Mhm. Okay. Then what is finally block in Java?
uh, so sir, final method you are asking, sir, right?
Yeah, final block is there. So you can, yeah, final method also you can say.
Sir, actually, we can initialize, like we can give some final method, final classes, final variables. Variable like we can like if we give the final method, right? Sorry, like if we give some final variable, then the value cannot be changed at the end. So value will be fixed, sir.
Mhm. Okay. Now, what is the difference between final, finally, and finalize?
Finally.
And finalize. Yeah.
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. See, I'll tell you the differences. Basically, you can give this two or three differences between final, finally, and finalize. First of all, final is a keyword which is used in association with classes, you can say, methods, you can say, or variables, right? And finally is always related to the try and catch block that you are using in the exception handling,
Okay.
right?
Yes,
While,
sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, while finalize method is used for the is used along with the objects. So that is the basic key difference. Okay. Now
Okay.
final is actually a keyword, and it is also called as
Yes.
an access modifier, you can say, which is used to apply restrictions on class, variable, or method, right? While
Yes.
finally is a block in Java exception handling, right? Whether
Sure.
the exception occurs or not, it would execute that particular important code. And finalize is again the method in Java which is used to perform kind of you can say cleanup processing, right? Just processing just before object is garbage collected. So that kind of thing is there for finalize.
Okay.
Okay. And you were mentioning, no, once we declare, then the variable's value becomes constant. It cannot be modified. Though. So that is final keyword when you will be mentioning, right?
Given.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is final. Okay. That is fine. Now, um, so what are the limitations of Selenium? Which are the things that cannot be achieved via Selenium?
Sir, actually, Selenium is like a web-based application. So desktop-based applications cannot be automated. And, the screenshots can be taken only in the format of .png, I guess .png. So other formats cannot be supported by Selenium. So apart from this, mm, like the desktop pop-up cannot be automated, and
Okay, desktop pop-up
images.
cannot be implemented. Yes, correct.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So images cannot be handled by Selenium, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the limitations I just know, sir.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay. Now, I'll give you one website. Just give me a second. Let me share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
It's loading, sir. Yes, I can see, sir.
Okay, so this is a search bar for Amazon website, right?
Yes.
Now, let's say you have got a project or you have got this kind of a user story from your test leads or test managers. You have to perform testing on this search bar. So which are the various test scenarios that you will perform as a part of?
Sir, in the test, in the search bar, you're asking, right, in the application.
Hmm.
So when we start, where it will, if I need to search like food, right? If I give F, whether it will give the relative words according to the first letter. I'll
Hmm.
just check that. Whether if I give food and enter, right, whether it is showing related to food items in the page or not, and then whether it is very easy to navigate from whether we can erase it and write the other terms in the search bar, and whether it is clickable in the search or not. So we have the drop down, I guess, in that search bar, whether it is working, and whether we can able to sort out according to that, right, whether it is showing all the things or not, so I can test it. So all these such scenarios I will cover, sir.
Mhm. Now, which are the negative test scenarios that you will take care?
Negative scenarios is like, see, when I give the baby, right, it should not show any other furniture items, so it is also negative things. So sometimes it will stuck in that page, and it will not, the image will not load, and like the wordings will not be very clear. The drop downs, I just need to check how many drop downs is there, and whether all the things are fetching correctly or not. All these things I'll just cover it, sir.
Mhm. Okay. Now, can you help me to get the relative XPath of this particular search bar? I'll open the developer tools. Yeah. Can you tell me the relative XPath of this?
I'll try my level best, sir, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Like here, I can see
Should I
ID we
expand?
have, right?
Yeah. Should I expand? Or you are able to see?
Yes, sir. I can able to see it.
Okay.
So here I can give um ID is there, right, sir? I can give that ID directly also, or by name I can do it, or by the class also I can search, sir. So these are the locators I'll be using there.
Which are the other options that you see? Let's say if ID and name is not there, then how will you locate this particular search bar?
So /dev, we can open that what braces and at like at the rate of class or equal to in the double quotations like that we can write it, and we can find out, sir. It will show like 1 of 1, and then we can proceed with that or things are like export. So I'll be writing it in my basic things, but I could not able to explain that, sir. So that's why sorry for that.
Okay, no issues. But in a real-time interview, that is a good thing that you highlighted. You can open the notepad or you can share your screen and you can take the control and you can showcase them. Okay, this is the XPath.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Yeah, and you can tell them and you can show that this is how one of one element has found, and this is how you can explain in a real-time interview.
Yes, sure.
So that thing you can take care. Right. Now, what is string buffer and what is string builder?
String buffer. I'm not gone through that, sir.
Can you try if
it will store null values on the, I'm not sure.
Okay, no issues. See, string buffer is actually synchronized. That is, it is thread safe. So two threads cannot call at a single time the methods of string buffer simultaneously. While string builder is non-synchronized. That is, it is not thread safe. So you can call, two threads can call the methods of string builder simultaneously. Okay. String buffer is actually less efficient than string builder. String builder is more efficient than string buffer.
Because it is calling through tests at that time, so it is very efficient, right, sir?
Correct.
Got it, sir.
Right. And string buffer, you can say it was introduced in, I think, Java 1.0 version, while string builder was introduced in Java 1.5 version.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So this is the basic difference between two. Okay. Now, what is immutable string in Java?
Sir, in Java, like I'll be knowing very basics, sir. So if it is like by TestNG or Cucumber, it will be good, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry
No
for
issues.
this.
Yeah, no
Like
issues. Okay, that is absolutely fine. See, I'll tell you what is immutable string in Java. So you can mention a string which is an unavoidable type of variable. Okay. So in string, we have got to store various attributes like username is there, password is there,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So in Java, immutable means something that is not changeable, something that is unchangeable or unmodifiable.
It's fixed. Okay.
Right. So once the string object is created, its data or state cannot be changed. So those
Okay, sir.
kind of things is
Like in our execution also, we will just use only the username and password. It will be like changing according to that, right, sir? So I'm not aware of that. I'm sorry for that.
right. Okay, fine. Now, what is Maven?
Sir, Maven is a build tool where it is used like it can maintain the project dependencies, and also like through Maven I can run the test up, sir. So like I'll be having the POM file where I can have like changes the version. It will automatically change the version of the dependencies, sir. So it is very good to be used, sir.
Okay. So which are the various type of annotations that you will have in TestNG?
Sir, like I have used, I know about at the rate before test, after test, before suit, after suit, and then before class, after class, at test I have used. So and then we can also use, but I didn't use these things, but I know like there is something called @parameters where we can pass the data over to the test scripts, and we have that @data like data provider also, from where we can have the like we can fetch the data from the Excel and we can use it in the test files like test scripts.
Correct. So which are the other options apart from Excel? Which are the other files that you can use?
Sir, XML file we can use like in the TestNG, TestNG.xml. I can create it and I can have the data over there. From there, I can fetch the data over. So, mm, like a configuration properties is also there where we can pass the test, like a test data, and where we can fetch the test data through the test script, sir. So I know only these things, sir.
Correct. Now, what are priorities in TestNG?
A priority I have used in my Selenium automation, sir. What I'll be using is like @ test priority equal to 0, priority equal to 1, I can give it. So if I didn't give any priority, that will taken as a major, like a main thing. The first, it will run as a first thing, and then like test priority equal to 1 will run at the second time, sir.
Okay. Now let's say if two methods are having same priority, both are having priority equal to 5, then which test case will get executed first?
I'm just giving the try, sir. I didn't
Yeah,
use like
no,
this, but whether it will take the first letter, the first element, or the alphabetical, whether it will take, sir.
yes, in the alphabetical order, it would
Or thank you, sir. Yeah.
take the priority. Okay. Now, what is window handling in Selenium?
Yes, sir. I have gone through this, like window handling. By using switch method, we can handle the windows, sir. Like going to,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Now, what is the difference between get window handle and get window handles?
Sir, get window handle and get window handles. Okay. 1 second, sir. So, get window handle is like used to have the active windows. So, get window handles will handle all the different tabs which is opened. Sir, like it is. So, the major difference between get window handle and get window handles is like the return method, sir. So, get window handle will return string. Get window handles will return set string, sir.
Set string.
So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do you handle child windows in Selenium?
Child windows by using action class, sir.
Yeah, you can use action as well. But like, can you tell me, I'm not asking you the code, but on a high level, on a logical basis, how will you do that?
It's not coming to my mind, sir, as of now.
Okay, no issues. So this is an open question for the viewers who are watching this video. How do we handle child windows in Selenium? You can put your answers in the comment of this video. So this is fine. Okay. Now what is Agile?
Agile methodology includes 2 weeks of sprints, sir. Like it will include different types, like different methodologies will be using it, sir. Like major thing is like 2 weeks will be there to be completed. Like we'll be having different sprints. Every sprints will be completed within 2 weeks, sir.
Mhm. Okay. And what is a traceability matrix?
Traceability matrix, right, sir?
Mhm.
No, sir.
Okay, so traceability matrix is nothing but it is a document that will detail out the various, I would say it would create a relation between the test cases or your test scenarios with the requirements, right? So it is also,
Okay, we can give it in the graph method also, right, sir?
yeah, you can give it in the graph
We can
method.
represent it. Yeah. Yes, sir,
So
I got it. Remember.
correct. So basically, what you will do is it would create a relation, or you can say mapping between the requirement and the test cases. So you will come to know from the
Yes, sir.
requirement traceability matrix that you have test cases for each and every requirement. So nothing out of the requirement is getting missed in RTM, right? It is also called as RTM, requirement traceability matrix. Okay. Uh, okay, Tamil Selvi, I am done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Sir, just let me know how I did and where I need to be concentrated. So, with the experience, what I have, and what do you think, sir?
Right, right. So, see, your manual testing concept were good. I asked you about the test cases of a search bar in Amazon website. That was fine. Now, what you have to improve a bit is on Java, right? You can be asked the programming questions on Java. You can be asked to write the Java programming questions, or they can ask you on a very high level basis as well, like what would be the logic. Then they can ask you the questions on oops concepts as well, right? So you'll have to revisit those concepts and be very sure that once you are having a good grip on those kind of concepts, then only you would be able to answer them in an automation interview. Because
Sure,
see,
sir.
you have mentioned no Selenium, WebDriver, automation, all those things. So definitely you will get questions
Yes, sir.
on Java. Okay, so you'll have to take care on that. Okay,
Sure,
rest
sir.
all looks good.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, only one question. So, can you please just let me know in one sentence, like what is collection and what is collection, sir?
Okay, what is collection and what is collections? Okay,
Yes, sir.
so let this also be an open question for the people who would be watching this video, right? But I'll tell you, right, what is the collection and
Yes,
what
sir.
is collections. Let me stop.